times, he probably got a tattoo, but at times you just see something new, a new wrinkle in the game, an improvement, and maybe a hole in the game.
A very good natural boxer. Does some work with Andy Burrows on his hands. You can see that straight away. Catches the kick right down to the ground. Let's see what kind of a ground game Jordan Elliot has.
Stoica shoots one foot on the hip, trying to push away, and lands strikes from the bottom. Which, although sometimes it's the initial instance to try and fight back, it's not the greatest idea to try strike from the bottom. In on the neck here, though.
Oh, trying to get in on that guillotine. And at this stage of the fight, when both guys are dry, lifting Jordan Elliot off his feet, trying to connect the hands. Elliot really needs
Hands
the posture.
connected now.
Really needs the posture. Get that back nice and straight. He cannot stay in this position.
Paul Stoica is putting everything into this.
Trying to go arm in. Seems to have abandoned the guillotine now. Trying to soften up the body and legs with those knees.
Trying to drag Elliot. Elliot has a nice right hand out the break.
Elliot claiming back a little bit of respect with that big shot.
Nice body kick, Jordan Elliot.
Elliot just needs to settle into the fight a little bit more, get nice and calm. At the minute, it's very much Paul. He's dictating the pace, dictating the rhythm. Another shot of his own there over the top from Paul.
Little wobble by Elliot there. Wasn't hurt, but unbalanced. And there's that calf kick. And Paul Stoica is, I'm liking his footwork, Phil. He's creating nice angles. And
nice kick to the body there from Elliot. Now he's digging in.
Shelling up a little. Nice knee. And hands fired back by Elliot. Great speed in them shots.
Oh, these guys are firing shots at one another. This is turning into a little bit of a firefight.
Two beautiful shots landed by Elliot. That got a nod from Stoica. Stoica trying to fire back, but Elliot is just starting to pressure and keep that pressure on his opponent.
A little bit of switch knee trying to be popped up there from.
Just needs to be careful. Dropped his hands to throw that knee. And
it's as Jordan's coming in with his own shots that he's leaving himself vulnerable to the counter. When he throws out a shot, he needs to be careful of not train tracking that. And by what I mean is he's letting the hand drop and bringing it back to its original position instead of bringing it right back to where he fired it out from.
It was a beautiful teep across the chin as well there.
Nice work to the body. He's really softening up that midsection of Paul. Oh, that's a big shot from Elliot.
That hurt Paul. He sat back in his heels a little bit there. And
I don't think Jordan knew just at that moment that he had. Stoica wobbled.
And if he needed confirmation of that, he hurt him a little, was to straight away change levels to grapple.
Yeah, that's indicative of the fact that he got...
Looking for an arm here.
Beautiful hips.
Beautiful switch, Jordan Elliot. This looks tight.
He needs to hip right back up into that if he can really fully extend. But how elasticated are the limbs of Paul Stoica?
Stretch Armstrong in the cage there, just looking for obstruction from his corner, saying to look up and to hyperextend that arm. Paul Stoica.
If he goes full belly down on that, that would have completely immobilized the arm of Stoica. But he's doing the right thing by trying to step over the body.
10-second clapper. That's tight on the arm again. Stoica looks like he's just going to man through it or gut through it.
I think the elbow is just safe. Closing stances, but wow.
What a beautiful transition by Jordan Elliot on the ground. Wasted no time. We thought Paul Stoica was potentially hurt, Phil. He went for the takedown. Maybe there was a little buzz in his head, a few cobwebs to shake off. And Jordan Elliot took full advantage of that, looking for that armbar. Breathing heavy as well, very heavy as Paul Stoica, trying to fill them lungs and blow it out.
Light on the feet, ready to go. You might see him open up with the hands a little bit more now.
And this could be a little bit of playmanship here by Paul Stoica. He's just dropped to his hunkers and is breathing deep. This could be a little bit of play. Comes out and waits out. Beautiful kick.
Crashing leg kick, really just below the knee, biting into the calf. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Jordan go up high now after landing a number of low kicks.
And this is something I said at the start of this one, the evolution and how you see a fighter progress in between camps, young fighters, and you're certainly seeing that in Jordan Elliot here.
I love that it's not single shots. He's throwing the hands, finishing with the legs, really chaining together his striking attacks.
And Paul Stoica hasn't thrown much at the start of this second round, so maybe that fatigue is there. His footwork has turned into a little bit of following or chasing his opponent. Nice right hand and tried to land, left hand to the right, but
still very dangerous. Does have a shot in his locker, does Paul Stoica, but Jordan Elliot at the minute seems to be the fresher fighter, seems to be the fighter who's implementing a little bit more lateral movement.
I think Elliot needs to stay away from engaging in a brawl type fight here. Technically on the outside, he seems to be getting the better of it.
Needs to be a little bit wary of not admiring his shots after he throws them. Land your shots and get out.
You can see a beautiful change of level. Just ragdolls Stoica to the ground. Some good hammer fists.
Fantastic work there from Jordan Elliot. Made his opponent think that they were going to engage in a firefight, changes levels, grabs the single, now lands in the dominant position.
And just before that exchange, Paul Stoica took a very deep breath, and I think Elliot seen it, and knew his opponent had sort of hit pause for a moment and took full advantage.
Stoica needs to let go of that neck, or he's going to leave himself vulnerable to the Von Flue choke. The Von Flue choke is there for Jordan Elliot, should he be aware of it.
The Owen St. Peru choke. Let's rename it.
Potential here for a crucifix as well.
And let's go with the neck. And good composure here by Elliot. Not rushing Phil, staying calm.
Position before submission. Potential here for knee on the belly, transition into the mount. Knee on belly to land shots. Needs to be wary of the triangle here from Stoica.
Stoica
playing a little bit of rubber guard.
Yeah.
Unless you're incredibly well versed in the rubber guard, it's essentially a stalling technique to slow down the attack of your opponent. But Jordan doing the right thing by compressing his opponent against the cage right now to land his own strikes.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the second round, and this could help Stoica. Although he's defending a bit, it could help him recoup a little bit of energy, Phil, but Elliot is making life uncomfortable by burying that head into the chin. Postures up to land some shots. Covering the mouth to restrict that breathing. Perfectly legal.
Again, a nice little bit of gamesmanship being implemented there by Jordan Elliot. And intelligently, he's right in front of his own corner now as well. You can see Peter Duncan and Dave Hill in the corner there giving instruction, and finishing strong in the second round is Jordan Elliot. Big shot over the top from Elliot.
Looking to land one more. The buzzer goes. Big round for Jordan Elliot.
Of a fight.
What's the corner telling him coming into this third round?
They're going to have to tell him he cannot be a sitting target. He needs to mount offense. He needs to be proactive as opposed to being reactive to what Jordan Elliott's giving him.
Be first. Touch your gloves. Third and final round. Clan Wars 41.
And just as we say that, Stoica coming forward.
Nice knee, but Elliot had that success, and got to be careful of that neck again. How much has he got left in them arms?
Exactly, that's what I was about to say. But it does look deep. Elliot has the potential for a trip here. He just needs to be wary of not spiking his own head into the cage should he go for that trip takedown. I want to see him straighten that back up a little bit, change his level and straighten the back up. Doesn't look like he's in trouble. Seems to be happy just to wear this situation out.
And again, it gets to a stage where Paul Stoica, how long do I hold on to this? And a little switch. There's a little bit of blood coming from somewhere. It looks like it's the eye of Paul Stoica. Didn't see how that landed or how that came about.
You would like to see Jordan trying to implement maybe a little bit of distance, try and break away here, but potential for a big dump takedown from Jordan Elliot. There it is.
Beautiful into crucifix position. Stoica just gets that right arm out of there.
And they don't need to be huge shots from this position. It just needs to be frequency.
And you have a target, a big red target over that eyebrow.
100%. You can see he's also mixing it up well, softening up the body with those knees. Potential here for an Americana or Kimura should he choose to isolate the arm. But again, I don't want to see Stoica going for that neck every time.
And again, good position. You look at the position of the knees on the hip and the shoulders of Stoica, to allow that control.
He's not trying to rush anything. He knows he's winning the fight at this stage. Again, it's position before submission, solidifying his own position and then work from there.
Big shots here. Looking to maybe get a finish.
Could sneak in for the likes of a Darce or an arm-in guillotine, but another big shot from Elliot. Swings the legs to the side. Stoica's covering up. Could we be looking at the beginning of the end?
Still just over a minute to go on the clock, so plenty of time for Jordan Elliot to get the finish here. And credit to the IFS man. He's not just sitting happily thinking I'm cruising to a victory here. He's looking to get Stoica out of here.
The impetus really now lies with Jordan Elliot. If he can stuff an arm down and establish that crucifix, leaving the head of Paul Stoica prone, he could work his way into a finish here.
That cut is spewing red liquid.
He is starting to leak like a badly installed outside tapno. Potential for an armbar here, but big shots. Elliot wants to finish with the strikes.
And Stoica gets back to his feet. Credit to him. Does he have anything left in the tank to fire back?
Elliot needs to be smart here. He's winning the fight.
Slipping all over the place at the moment.
I don't want to see him get dragged into a firefight. 10 seconds left. Big hands from Jordan Elliot.
Jordan Elliot looking to land Stoica. Cool as you like with the head movement to get out of there. Gets clipped out on the chin. What a performance, Jordan Elliot. Credit to Paul Stoica. Never gave up. That was demonstrated by getting back to his feet in the final seconds to try and land a stealing win and land a big shot to get that. But you got to think, Phil, judges are looking strongly at Jordan Elliot. Opening first round, you could say that Stoica had his moments, but after that, it seemed to be all Jordan Elliot.
What I loved about Jordan Elliott's performance there was he turned it up incrementally in every round. He added a new complexion. He continued to put the pressure on his opponent. And what we saw again from his last fight was another evolutionary step in the all-round mixed martial arts game of Jordan Elliot.
We show appreciation for both fighters. After 3 rounds of action, we go to your judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored this bout 30-27. Their winner, in a unanimous decision, fighting out of the blue corner, Jordan Elliot. Please remember